What's up everybody, it's finally here. James Gunn has released the official Superman trailer, and there's so much to talk about here, from the amazing action scenes to Krypto the dog. I'm gonna go through this teaser trailer and break down all the most important scenes. But before we get started, don't forget to smash that like button, comment below, and subscribe for more content like this. The trailer opens with David Corenswet as Superman crashing into the snow, likely after a failed attempt to reach his Fortress of Solitude. The fortress is where Superman typically retreats when he needs to regenerate his powers. We see he's seriously injured and spitting up blood. As the Man of Steel, Superman is virtually invulnerable. Nothing usually hurts him, except when he's facing kryptonite or an opponent who matches his strength. From the set photos, we know he will engage in a fierce battle with both the Engineer and Ultraman. Here we get a glimpse of Clark Kent holding a copy of the Daily Planet and awkwardly making his way through the crowd. It looks like he's running late for work and in a hurry. Inside the Daily Planet, we see Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane walking past Clark, giving him a meaningful glance. He looks back at her, intrigued. We also get a glimpse of Skyler Gisondo as Jimmy Olsen. Initially, I was uncertain about Rachel Brosnahan as Lois, but now I can see that she's a perfect fit for the role. She has a look that's very true to how Lois Lane is depicted in the comics, and I can already tell she's gonna bring a lot of personality to the character. On the Kent farm, Clark embraces Pa Kent, played by Pruitt Taylor Vince. We don't see Martha Kent, but we know that she's been cast in the film. Next, Superman whistles and we see Krypto running toward him. This marks Krypto's first live-action appearance on the big screen, and he's absolutely adorable. He hops around playfully, full of energy. Superman then asks, "Take me home," and Krypto responds by tugging him along by his cape. It's a heartwarming moment in the trailer, and I have no doubt that Krypto will be one of those standout characters that sets this film apart from any previous Superman movie. I'm so glad that Gunn decided to include him both in the movie and in this trailer. Then we see Superman saving a little girl from what appears to be a truck explosion involving propane tanks. These shots look incredible since they were filmed practically on set. While the movie is still in post-production, there's a lot of VFX work left to do. I'm really excited to see how these practical shots will come together in the final film. Here we see Nicholas Hoult's Lex Luthor watching Superman fly by, his eyes filled with frustration. We also spot the name Luthor Corp on the building, though in some version of the comics it's referred to LexCorp. And if you look closely, you can see someone sneaking onto the roof of the building and trying to get inside. In this shot, Lex is enraged with cuts on his head and chin. In the background, it appears that the central part of the building serves as his base of operations. Then we see Luthor holding a pistol and spinning the barrel, possibly playing Russian roulette with someone's life. Next, we see Superman punching his way out of a containment cell with a bright light behind him, likely weakening his powers. Since Superman loses his abilities under red sunlight, it's possible that this white light will be altered to red in post-production. Next, the child raises a makeshift pole made of sticks with a flag featuring Superman's S emblem at the top. The child calls out for Superman. These could be refugees, and we see that they're under attack. I love that Gunn included this scene in the trailer. It highlights that Superman isn't just an American hero dealing with super-powered threats. He also stands up for the vulnerable people around the world, not just in major conflicts. In this scene, we see an angry mob of Metropolis citizens form around Superman, throwing things at him. It's possible that they mistakenly blame Superman for all the destruction happening in the city, because he's the only hero they see trying to do something about it. I also noticed in this shot that the colors in his costume have faded away. I see the red and yellow on his emblem are mostly gone. This is definitely not a Kryptonian suit, which wouldn't easily show this kind of wear and tear. Then we see a frustrated Superman inside Stag Industries, a company that I believe will be owned or run by Maxwell Lord, played by Sean Gunn. Nathan Fillion's Guy Gardner Green Lantern enters the scene, using his ring to block anyone from entering the building. We also see Isabella Merced's Hawkgirl and Eddie Gathegi's Mr. Terrific approaching Superman. Reports suggest that these other heroes work for Stag Industries and Maxwell Lord, which explains their similar costume designs. What we do know for certain, as confirmed by James Gunn Superman himself is that Mr. Terrific will play a significant role in the film. Next, we see a massive kaiju attacking Superman. The VFX are impressive here, making the creature feel like it's from another world. The kaiju engulfs Superman and the building behind him in flames. Superman then spins out of the fire and soars into the sky. As the battle rages on, buildings crumble like dominoes, likely as a result of the kaiju's destruction. It's possible that the angry crowd we saw earlier is blaming Superman for bringing this creature to Earth. Here's a shot of Hawkgirl flying through the air with her mace, likely heading to join the battle against a giant kaiju attacking Superman. The composition of some of these action shots looks like they've been lifted straight from the comic books. The trailer then shifts to a scene in the same room as the first photo Gunn released, but this time Lois is there with Superman. I'm guessing it's her home. We see the glowing orb shooting a beam down to the city through the window. Superman leans in for a kiss. In another scene, there's a moment where he and Lois gaze out the window before sharing a tender embrace. In another shot, Lois and Clark are kissing passionately. Then we see Lois kissing Superman as they float in the air, reminiscent of the rooftop scene from Superman Returns. This raises the question, is she cheating on poor Clark with Superman, or does she already know they're the same person? Gunn has teased that their connection in this movie will be different from any other we've seen in previous Superman films, and I think these scenes offer us a glimpse of that. The scene cuts to Superman holding the hand of a robot, presumably Kelex, a Kryptonian service robot from the comics. The lower half of Kelex's body is completely destroyed, and Superman looks visibly upset by it. David Corenswet showcases his impressive range as an actor in this moment, and it's clear in this scene just how much emotion he brings to the role. We get a quick glimpse of the Kryptonian crystals that form Superman's Fortress of Solitude. I'm really happy that James Gunn is bringing this element back from the Christopher Reeve movies. While Man of Steel featured a crashed Kryptonian ship as Superman's base, it didn't give us the true Fortress of Solitude. Next, we get a quick look at Metamorpho, who has the ability to transform his body into any element. From the looks of it, he's going to be comic book accurate. Towards the end of the trailer, we see a few fast-paced shots. We get a glimpse of Ultraman punching through a wall, followed by a brief look at Superman fighting him in a stadium, just like we saw in several set photos. Though the engineer doesn't appear in this trailer, judging by what we've seen so far, her VFX is sure to be amazing. In the last scene, we see Mr. Terrific use his T-spears to block lasers fired at him and possibly Lois Lane by troops in purple and green power suits, likely working for Lex Luthor. In the comics, Lex often donned a purple and green power suit or battle suit to fight Superman, so we might see that in this film. We also know the rest of the group works for Lex from the teaser for this trailer, as one of them is holding a clipboard with a document that reads Luthor Corp. I was definitely surprised by all the footage we got in this trailer. I'm really excited for this, but tell me, what do you think about the Superman teaser trailer? Did this trailer make you excited to see the movie, or was it not for you? Tell me your thoughts in the comments below, because I really want to know what you think. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the Cinema Maverick channel for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.